Hello, YouTube. This is the Galley La Podcast, and today we're going to be reviewing Manga Chapter 1190, Those Whose Death Brings Celebration. I am Akainu Fanboy, and the other guy is Geboss. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and leave your thoughts on this chapter and thoughts on our review. And we have Shanks with some cats.
Hmm.
And your thought?
I mean, it does kind of relate to kind of what happens at the end of the chapter. I feel.
Yeah, for sure. I also think it's a sign that Shanks is going to show up on Zoe and talk with Nakamushi and to get the Poneglyph there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So basically, we get the some two S tiers right here. Maybe S minus and an S tier, but we see Rayleigh versus Emu, and yeah, like Luffy's taking a good amount of. I mean, he took a good amount of damage here, and we kind of see the fight break apart, and so it was kind of, I don't know, what were your interesting thoughts in their first exchange where you kind of see Emu saying like, "Hey, who are you?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I know the world." So what do you think that's, I don't know, indicative of him knowing the world?
I mean, it's interesting because only the Pirate King's crew would know, and we see later on that Scopper verifies that his captain was Gold Roger or Gold. So, just having that knowledge, I would think Emu would consider him a threat based on everything he's done to try and erase that knowledge from the world.
Yeah.
But
so do you think just conquering the Grand Line, do you think they kind of got to all the information Luffy and his team got already?
Oh no, I mean they've been to Laugh Tale and everything, so they know what the One Piece is. So I think that's really what, because they also know the 800-year, they know the Void Century, so
yeah,
just having people like that around, probably Emu doesn't like that.
So do you think they had a crystallized idea of who Emu was before this?
Probably, because just some stuff later on in the chapter could indicate that.
Right. So, and I think when it gets to yeah, so we kind of have that first part though where you see Scopper talking a lot of crap to Luffy right here.
Oh yeah.
And it's very Sanji-esque to me, because I feel like this is how Sanji would talk to Luffy too. Zoro wouldn't talk to him in this way, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I go back to when Luffy was saying Usopp can lead the crew to Water 7, and then Sanji kicks him into the table.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a lot more rougher with Luffy, especially with like the whole King Island thing too. You know.
Yeah, it's more like an emotionally driven argument.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Scopper's just laying into him and yelling at him like you should be ashamed for being saved by an old man like me.
Correct.
And, but yeah, I do like this whole exchange where it's like you are aiming to be at the top of the world, but that means that everyone's going to be coming after you, and it's going to be like this from now on.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of putting it into perspective. It's not all just, oh, I'm going to be the king of the pirates. It's the consequences of what chasing that dream comes with.
Yeah, I find it interesting how he says because everyone else wants to sit in that seat, implying that there's other competitors to the seat, and Emu's not the only threat to get in the way of that, basically, you know?
Yeah, well, it could mean like Blackbeard and Shanks and all the people in that one splash page.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
Like he's right in front of Emu right here, and he's not like you have to beat him to be the king or whatever. He's just like, actually, there's a lot of different things that are kind of standing in your way, you know. so he kind of sees it more in a holistic way. It's not just becoming the emu Luffy show now. Basically, like there's still like a universe that needs to be conquered, and everything.
Yeah, and that kind of makes me think that it's not going to be like, I mean, we will get like a quote-unquote final person that Luffy has to beat, but it's going to be like everyone. It's going to be Emu, it's going to be Blackbeard, it's going to be Akainu, it's going to be like all these people that stand in Luffy's way and are coming for him.
Buggy.
True.
I mean, like unironically, just like it's gonna,
yeah,
he'll be in opposition, and it is funny though, like, because I think I kind of get what you're saying here. Where he says, "Does he really remind you so much of Joy Boy?" Kind of like taunting him. So they may have kind of gotten into a better idea of what's going on here. And what were your kind of thoughts on like their clashing here? Like, how much of a do you think Scopper put up an impressive fight considering he was injured and elderly and things like that?
Oh, I definitely think so. Honestly, I was kind of more impressed by Scopper in this chapter than I have been with Rayleigh. Like, Rayleigh just kind of shows up. He did scare Blackbeard away and everything, and like kick Kizaru, but I'd be interested to see like what the extent of Rayleigh's powers are at this time, because I mean, we see his big move at the end of this chapter that he uses against Emu, like 2 big moves, and I'm thinking like I could kind of see Zoro maybe doing something like this, maybe at this point, but since we're comparing him, Scopper, to Sanji and everything, I'd be interested to see like what feat Sanji's gonna get to kind of rival this in the future.
For sure, yeah, because we definitely don't see anything from Rayleigh that would kind of compare to this level of power. I mean, it's kind of hard to have a unique opponent like that and everything like that. Like the ruler of the world and everything. So yeah, I kind of find that interesting that Oda's giving such a huge like glow up to him. But I think part of the reason is because like Rayleigh's been in the series for so long, and Scopper is going to have a limited time in the series, obviously. So and there's like the family and the sacrifice, all that stuff too. So it kind of makes sense. Like he's just trying to give him like as much good portrayal as possible,
Yeah. So do you think that Scopper's going down after this? Like, is this his death flag?
I hope so. I think it would be cool if he had like a really great send-off rather than him just being like another Rayleigh copy where he like teaches them stuff, That's just me. He's like played a different role. He's like kind of really like bad cop, and then Rayleigh's kind of like the good cop in a way, like, and how they're teaching Luffy,
Yeah, because I mean, you think about their first interaction with the key and everything. Scopper was kind of more aggressive in his approach.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm impressed with Scopper's performance in this, especially because he's injured.
Did he do more than Loki?
I wouldn't say that. I kind of reviewed some of the Loki feats, and it's like, oh well, in the big dragon form, and he was pretty impressive. But I mean, in terms of like dueling, Scopper's pretty cool.
I will say Emu's going more all out here than it was against Loki. We have like the swords and everything out too. Like he's he's definitely flexing a lot more. But I do love the art though, and all the slashes here. It's pretty cool and terrific how they did this.
Oh yeah,
so.
his Yachi Takeru ability, that he did a similar attack like that against Luffy, and that was pretty cool. But
yeah, I liked it, yeah.
But I just wanted to go back to the Joy Boy stuff, because it's interesting that like Emu asks Scopper like, what do you know? And he says the words of Joy Boy. And then Scopper also says that we're not blindly obedient to some man from the past we've never met before. So
yeah.
So it's like they know what's going on, but they don't want to fulfill it. So
Yeah.
It seems like you go into the interaction with him saying like that Imu's basically trying to eliminate Luffy because he sees him as a threat, and that just verifies that he's the one that could potentially take Imu down and everything. So it's like Imu was being like too hasty about this.
For sure.
So yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah. I think that's a good take. Yeah, because they definitely, obviously, they thought they came too early, you know, and they weren't the chosen ones and things like that too. And obviously, I think it's kind of like an interesting detail, but Roger didn't have Luffy's fruit, you know, so they're just a different type of allegiance where it comes to this type of stuff, you know, like Sanji and Zoro are literally, in a sense, obedient to Joy Boy, you know, but these guys weren't, you know, they had like a different journey and a different mission, you know.
Yeah, it's I'm just, this just makes me even more curious about the whole Joy Boy and Imu connection.
Yeah.
And what's gonna be at Laugh Tale.
Right.
But yeah, and then we get Scopper cutting the Atom Tree and everything. And I was thinking that when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is more Atom Wood for Frankie to upgrade the ship with.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's a possibility.
Right.
But I don't know what exactly he would upgrade with it, but it's a possibility.
Do you think it's kind of weird that Imu didn't recognize who Scopper was?
Well, I wouldn't think that he would necessarily know right off the bat, but because I don't think that he even, like, Scopper never identifies himself, I don't think. He only knows who he is through his captain. Through Roger. So
I guess he looks different too.
Yeah. But yeah, although it makes you wonder, like, why they didn't more actively pursue people who supposedly know everything about Laugh Tale and Joy Boy at the Void Century.
Sure.
But
like Rayleigh and all that.
Yeah. But maybe we'll get an explanation down the line.
What this kind of reminded me, though, okay, this is a little bit of a leap, but I think it's worth it. To see kind of the Sanji parallel attack Imu and everything, it kind of, and like, you're just like, oh, who are you, and all this stuff, right? It kind of made me think about when Sanji and Kuma back at Thriller Bark, when Zoro does the sacrifice. But when Sanji said, like, take my life instead, the Marines don't think much of my head yet. But soon I will become the most dangerous man on this crew. I am Blackleg Sanji, right? And I guess I don't know. I could see a world where Sanji does something crazy to Imu because, like, you know, we have, like, kind of the Scopper Sanji parallel. And he just kind of does something crazy to Imu where he kind of is known in this notorious way, you know? I don't know. I know Sanji's predictions don't really manifest in the same way as Usopp's, but this whole, like, dialogue kind of made me think back to what Sanji said to Thriller Bark a little bit.
I mean, with that, I would have to say that you would need Zoro in there as well, just to kind of even it out. I feel. Yeah.
I mean, I would just say Scopper in this old age is doing quite a bit on him. You know, injured too and everything. You know, and I'm curious to see where Sanji gets.
Yeah.
You know,
because I mean, like, even Imu was saying, like, still the Pirate King's crew, even decrepit.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So it makes you think what Sanji's gonna look like.
Yeah.
You got, like, crazy, you know, and but just the fact where he says like the Marines don't know much of my head yet, and and there's kind of been this consistent thing with Sanji. He's kind of seen as a gag with his wanted posters and everything like that. And he didn't get one. Zoro got one first. There might just kind of be something crazy where he does something to Imu, which makes him like really infamous in the crew, because he usually does something that's like super clutch with the Mr. Prince stuff, like in Eni's lobby, or Crocodile. So he always does like, I'm not even saying it's combat, but he might do something in a Mr. Prince-esque way that makes him like super notorious on the crew among the others, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that we need to see him unlock his Conqueror's Haki first.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I'm not saying it's gonna happen to this arc necessarily either, for the record.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be later down the road in a very public setting.
Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, that was just the line I was thinking of right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could potentially see it.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts at the end?
Another feat for Usopp. He senses that there's something different than Luffy up there. So.
Yeah.
You got to take whatever crumbs you can get.
So do you think Scott? Do you think Scopper's done then?
I mean, he got shanksed. He got his arm cut off, and
right.
I don't know. It just seemed kind of like an abrupt ending to the chapter. I thought there was gonna be like a panel with Emu standing over Scopper or something. But
yeah, Luffy's already looking a little bit better in that last panel.
Yeah, well, like in between all the Scopper and Emu talking, we see him saying like, I just need a moment to heal or whatever. So I'm wondering if that's maybe the thing with the fruit, like, because it's imagination, right?
Right.
So he just needs to imagine himself being healed. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I guess. I mean, he might get Nakama power up right here.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I still don't trust Oda with permanent deaths. So like,
yeah.
I mean, Scopper could lose his arm and basically like be forced into like still staying on Elbaf, but like not as a fighter. Yeah. Or in like a limited capacity.
Right.
But at the same time, I kind of agree with you that he's kind of served his purpose in the arc, and I think it would be a real gut punch, especially like because Scopper scolded him in this chapter and everything. Like Luffy needs to see the consequences of his actions and like what he's up against, and kind of put that into more perspective. But what do you think?
I gotta just say no, even though like it would be fitting for him to die. I just can't. Just Oda's reputation just makes me distrust him.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like it could go either way.
I mean, yeah, it would make sense thematically. I would like it a lot, but then again, it's Oda.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah. These breaks have been brutal, man, because it's been like good chapter and then break, and then good chapter and then break, because we have another break after this one, so.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
So we'll have to wait. But yeah, I really enjoyed the chapter. This has been, I think, the first chapter in a while that we haven't gotten like any major cutaways to other stuff going on.
Right.
It was just solely focused on the Scopper and Emu stuff. Besides like the very end with Usopp and Nami and Loki and everything.
Right. No, yeah, it is pretty nice for sure. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, when it's more focused.
Yeah, more focused for sure. I mean, even though I do want to see that Sanji slide, but that is a good point. We might actually cut to Sanji and Zoro pretty soon, because for this all to be resolved, basically.
Yeah, because that was another thing that just really quick, we do see like we see Imu bleed from Scopper's attacks, and we do see him. I thought there was a panel of him coughing up blood in one of the panels. Oh yeah, when he's talking about his Scopper's captain, we do see him coughing. So maybe his time limit's gonna end soon, but
for sure. Cool. All right. Well, everybody, please like, comment, subscribe, leave your thoughts below, and we will hopefully see you guys soon. Peace.
See ya.